Alright, let's be honest here for a second. The reason why you haven't succeeded yet, the reason why you're not in the place where you want to get to at this moment, isn't because you're lazy, it's because you lack clarity. Okay? And there's another very important component that comes after that, and I'm gonna tell you all about it in just a minute. First of all, let's discuss clarity, because it's so very important. And to emphasize this, I want you to imagine the following scenario. So imagine you're stranded in the middle of the desert. So you're alone, you're lost, all you can see around is just sand, and you have to find a way to make it out of there. And all you know is that somewhere in that desert there is a town, there is a little village that if you get there, you're good. Alright? But you have no idea where that village is. You don't know, you have no idea where it is. And I want you to ask this question at this moment, because if you don't start walking right away, if you don't choose a random direction and start walking right ahead, from the very beginning, are you gonna say that you're lazy? Or are you gonna say that, oh, I don't want to waste my time and energy going in the wrong direction? Because that could be the end of you. If you walk in the opposite direction of the village, you might die from dehydration or whatever. Okay? So their strategy here would be to try to find some clues of where the village could be, what would be the general direction in which you should go to increase your chances of finding the village. Okay, so having a little bit of a strategy and not going aimlessly into whatever direction your eyes land upon. Okay, and so in life it's very much the same, because before you can start putting in effort and working towards something, you must first decide what the destination would be for you. This is the place where you need to define what success means to you. Okay, where do you want to get to? It's very important that you know that. And I wish I could give you this clarity myself, but unfortunately, this is something that you have to do by yourself. You're the only person who can discover what your destination is. But I'm not going to leave you alone here. I'm going to give you some guidelines, or I'm going to just tell you how I managed to find my clarity myself. Okay, so the first thing that you can do is try to think about the different skills and abilities and even human characteristics that your ideal self would have. So if you think about yourself in the future, if you think about your dream self, how would your life look like? What kind of skills would you have? You know, would you be good at speaking? Would you create content every day? Would you be really fit and really in shape? Just think about the different things that your ideal self would consist of. And the next step is to start exploring these things. Okay, so for example, for me, it was the first thing that I tried was content creation. This was over 2 years ago, so quite a long time ago. I started making videos on another channel. Then I started to get into marketing and I started to explore copywriting. I've done quite a lot of work in that direction. I've learned a lot, I've practiced and all of that. And you know, at some point, one day, it just clicked. Something just clicked into my brain, out of nowhere, and I knew what my direction was gonna be. I knew what my destination was gonna be and how I could get there. And this is very much how this process would look like for you. You can't really force getting this clarity. You can't do it by sheer will. It requires a great deal of patience, and it's only going to work. The answer is only going to reveal it to yourself if you do this exploration process, where you explore the different things that you would enjoy doing as a successful individual and so on and so forth. Okay? So that would be the first step in order to gain clarity over what the destination is and how you would go about getting there. Now, I did mention there is a very important second component here, and that is going to be momentum. Now, I don't know if you remember this, back in high school or middle school, there was this lesson in physics called momentum of force. And at that moment, I thought it was the ugliest, most horrible lesson ever, and most horrible thing I could possibly invest my energy into learning. But today, momentum, I believe, is the key to success. Okay? It's so very important, and if you learn how to leverage momentum correctly, because there's a wrong way to leverage momentum, if you do it correctly, you're gonna be certain that you're getting closer to your goals. Okay? So here's how it's gonna go. There's two different types of momentum. The first one is the momentum that you're getting from the inputs that you're putting in, from the action that you're taking on a consistent basis. Okay? So for example, if your ideal self is a great content creator, then the momentum you can get from the inputs is creating a schedule around your content creation process. So establishing, for example, that you're gonna post 3 videos a week, maybe choosing the days in which you're gonna record and in which you're gonna edit your videos, write the scripts and all of that, and try to be as consistent as you can. Because the more you do this, the more you follow this routine, the easier it's gonna be to keep going. That's the momentum you're getting from the input. Now there's also, if you do this long enough, you'll start to get some momentum from the output at the same time. Okay, you're gonna start to see a few wins here and there. You're gonna start to feel a little bit successful at that point. Because let's say you've been posting videos for 6 months, 3 videos a week, nothing is happening, barely any views. But one day, a video pops off. You'll notice people starting to write comments, people complimenting you or whatever, and thanking you for making that video. That's momentum from the output, because that's gonna motivate the heck out of you. Alright? If you do manage to get to that place where you can get some traction, some motivation, and some momentum from the output of your work, you're good. Like at that point, it's gonna be almost impossible to quit or to stop. You're gonna be unstoppable. Okay? But now let's go back to the beginning, to where it all starts. Because yes, you want to get to the point where you get momentum from the output, where you want to get real results from your work. But in order to get there, you must first engage in a certain routine. Okay? You must first get or leverage the momentum from the input that you're putting in. In order to start taking action in the first place, you must know where it is you want to get to and what would be the steps to get there, what would be the daily actions or the weekly actions that would take you there. Okay, that's the clarity you must chase first. And of course, in order to get to this point of clarity that I said, it's going to reveal it to yourself at some point out of nowhere, and in that moment you're gonna know where you want to go and what it is you want to do. You're not going to think you've discovered it, you're going to know. Your body is going to know. I don't know how to describe this feeling, but that's just exactly what is going to happen. And to get to that place, to reach this moment, you need to explore the different skills or abilities, or to invest in learning stuff like consuming content and just gaining some wisdom out there, you know. You need to explore different things and just be patient and wait for that clarity moment to appear. All right? That's all you gotta do. If you do this, get clarity, gain momentum, leverage the momentum by taking consistent action, and then wait for you to get some momentum from the output, to see some results. There's nothing that will be able to stop you at that point. Okay? So hopefully you've gotten some value out of this video, and yeah, we're gonna see each other into the next one. Until next time.